Electrical projects can be incredibly rewarding, but they also come with some inherent risks and dangers. Ensuring the safety and the safety of others should always be your top priority. Even if you've been working with electricity for years, or this is your first time trying to fix something, the number one rule before working on something is to turn off the power to the circuit you're working on. And you do this by switching off the breaker. But what if you run into this? So now you have to find out which breaker controls the circuit or the power to the thing that you're working on, such as a light, a receptacle, an appliance, or whatever. In today's video, I'm going to show you different ways that you can find the correct breaker to make sure you're safe working with electricity. Plus, at the end, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you can use so this will never be a problem again. Not having a breaker labeled, and that means clearly labeled, is not only dangerous, but it's a code violation. According to the NEC, the National Electrical Code, each circuit breaker is required to be clearly identified with its specific purpose or use. And that just makes sense. So let's look at different ways that we can positively identify an unmarked breaker. Now, before you go out and buy expensive equipment or tools, let's look at some of the different options out there and which ones are the most accurate and the most reliable. Now, the first way, you can look on your home's electrical plan. Now, I don't know hardly any homeowners that have blueprints with your home's electrical plan, and if they did, not many people could read and understand what it says. So if you don't have that, the second thing you can do is to use a circuit tracer. A circuit tracer, like this one, can help you identify the correct breaker without trial and error. You simply plug in the transmitter into an outlet and you use the receiver to trace the circuit back to the breaker. The problem with this is, number one, the cost. You can spend close to $100 or more on one like this or a similar type. And after you use it, then it gets put away somewhere with all the other tools you bought and it's never used again. Number two, it's not real accurate. After using mine a lot and consulting with numerous friends and electricians who have used them, they come up with the same conclusion. Sometimes as low as a 60% success rate. Now to me, that's not good enough. And the third way, you can just shut off the main breaker to the whole house. Now, that's not very practical, and it still doesn't identify the correct breaker, so it can be labeled. Now, if you're working on your house or somebody else's house, you don't want to just shut all the power off. Now, the most popular or commonly used method is the one-on-one testing. So what you do is you turn off each breaker one at a time on a panel, then test the outlet with the tester to see which breaker cut the power off. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need to do one of the following. A, if you're not close enough to see the thing that you're working on, then you're going to have a helper stand next to the thing you're working on and yell back and forth to see when it's off. That person can have something plugged into it. Say if it's a receptacle, they can have a lamp plugged into it or a fan, and as soon as it turns off, yell out and say, that was it. You can probably use a two-way radio or maybe your cell phones. Now, one thing about this method, it's 100% accurate. If you don't have a helper and you're by yourself, then this method is not going to work for you. So if you're alone, then here's another method. Go ahead and plug in a radio to the outlet you're going to be working on, turn it on full blast, go back to the service panel, and when you flip breakers off and on, when you hear the radio turn off, obviously, that's going to be the one. Or you can, if you don't have a radio, use something like a vacuum, something that's loud. Now that method also, that's 100% accurate. Now one of the problems with that method is if the receptacle you're working on is, let's say, an upstairs and you're working in the downstairs, you're going to have to run back and forth up and down the stairs to see which one it was if you don't have something loud like the radio or the vacuum, if it's just a lamp or a fan you're plugging in. So another method that I've used before, or I would recommend, instead of going out and buying this expensive equipment, is get yourself an extension cord. Plug it in that outlet, run it as far as you can down toward the service panel that you're working on, and then go ahead and use that. Plug in either your lamp or your fan, something you can see so when you turn it off and on, you don't have to be running back and forth. Now, it might be a long way, so a 100-foot extension cord, if you've got that, would be the best way to do it to get it closer to you. Now, here's another method that I've used a lot. as long as we're talking about the extension cord, I've got these extension cords that are clear, and these, when you plug them in, they have a little light inside of them. You see where the light turns on? That way, if you don't have a fan or a lamp to plug into it and bring it close to you, you can always just look here and see that light. And then as soon as it's unplugged, the light just turns off. That also is 100% accurate. You never have a problem. And another tip is you can pick up one of these. They're pretty inexpensive. It's a voltage detector. You can get them at the big box stores, or I've got a link to it on my in my description. And this will always keep it safe to where when you put it in, you see where the light's on, so we have power to this. It'll beep when it's hot. And when there's no power going to it, no beeping. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and give us a thumbs up and ring that bell notification. Your support helps us create more valuable content. And don't forget to leave a comment below and share your experiences and tips for working on electrical projects. We'd love to hear from you. And now for some bonus tips. Number one, use some stickers on your service panel. These right here, you can get, they're very cheap, so you can take these stickers and put them on each breaker, and then once you find out what the breaker is, you can take this and it sticks off and sticks to your door. You can mark on there exactly what breaker goes with what number and what it's for. And also, you can get one of those little label machines and print out some labels in case your writing isn't clear or legible enough, and then go ahead and stick those onto the sticker that's on the door of your service panel. The next tip is, let's say you're working on this receptacle and you take the cover off. Once you've identified which breaker it is, and you've marked a sticker with what number it is, on the back of it, go ahead with a Sharpie and mark what number it is, or put one of the stickers on there. That way, anytime if you ever have to work on this receptacle again, or if it's a light switch, or even up on a light, and you've got that little sticker on there, you can tell exactly what breaker you have to shut off without having to go through all this again. Or if you can't read on the directory that you put, or you wrote on there, which one it is, you'll know exactly which breaker to turn off. Well, thanks for watching, and always, safety first. Check out the links in the description below for any tools we use in this video. And don't forget to visit our Amazon storefront for more of our favorite tools and gadgets. And check out some of the other videos we have. There might be one that has just the information you need for your next project. So you take care, and God bless.